On today's show,
boys basketball update.
All that and more.
we're glad to be back.
Good morning, Staples.
Good morning, Staples. Today is Wednesday, March 4th. I'm Gavin Berger from the Period 2 TV production class.
And I'm Ned from the Period 8 TV production class.
We'll get to the show our two classes have put together, right after the pledge.
Would you all please stand?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As you know, Mr. Dodig is leaving after this school year, and we'll have a new principal next year.
Recently, there was a survey that asked the Westport community what they thought were the most important traits our new principal should have. While the results of the survey have not been made public, Cyrus and Ned went around Staples asking the same question.
Here's what we found out.
With Mr. Dodig retiring, Dr. Elliot Lannon is looking for a new principal. We asked around the Staples community what they would think would be good qualities for a new principal.
They would need to care about the school.
I think a good principal is able to talk to their students individually.
They have to show us that he really does care about his students and faculty like Mr. Dodig does.
Not just doing their job well, making a difference in the school.
Well, I think a good quality would be that the new principal has a good sense of humor.
I think he also has to be funny.
I think he should be athletic.
And he has to make it a safe environment, and a calm environment.
Well, it looks like we have a general consensus on what Staples thinks a good principal would be. Also, if you want to meet some of the candidates and see if they display any qualities you would like in a principal, you can meet them on Monday, March 9th, the first two lunch waves, and the second candidate, Wednesday, March 11th. Now, back to the host.
Those talks should be really interesting. Make sure you attend.
Up next is some important information about the upcoming CAP test.
Hey Staples, for all you sophomore students, on Tuesday, March 10th, you will be taking the Science CAP test. There's only one day of testing, but you will be taking two tests. A special schedule has been created for this day, along with a list of where you will take your test. These are posted outside of the main office, the guidance room, and the cafeteria. If a student does not see his or her name on one of the bulletin boards, then they can check with the guidance counselor or the secretaries at the assistant principal's office. CAP review sessions will be taking place on Wednesday the 4th and Thursday the 5th. And for all you freshmen, juniors, and seniors, you get to sleep in that day. Also, continue to listen to announcements over the PA system.
Today, March 3rd, is Spread the Word to End the Word Day.
It's a day dedicated to spreading the message to stop using the word retarded.
Around the world, people with disabilities, along with their friends and family, are sharing this message with their communities, hoping to make a difference. Here at Staples, the club Best Buddies chose to hang flyers around the school and to create a PSA to remind staff and students to stop using the R word.
Take a look at what they created.
Best Buddies is an international organization
That creates opportunities for one-to-one friendships.
For people like me.
Me.
To become friends with people like me.
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 It's a club that focuses on everyone's abilities.
because all of us have different talents and interests.
That make us unique.
Every skill clubs and I work at the police station.
I have my own radio show and love going to concerts. I love to swim in the ocean and run in the Special Olympics.
But when people use the word retarded, it takes all of that away.
Calling someone a retard or even using the word retarded
Puts those of us who have friends and loved ones with disabilities, because nobody should be defined by one characteristic.
They should be known for the different amazing qualities that they have.
If you got to know Wyatt better, you'd see him the way I do.
You'd know that Austin loves to watch movies and listen to music.
You'd know that Johnny is always looking for ways to help others.
So use a different word.
And if you're talking about someone who's disabled, use the term someone with an intellectual or developmental disability.
It's less hurtful. Stop using the R words a day.
Spread the word. Spread the word.
Nick Bader and his group attended this past weekend's student production of Neil Simon's Plaza Suite. Nick and his group got the chance to interview some of the students involved in the production of this show and spoke to them about it. Here's the report.
Hello Staples, my name is Gavin Berger and I'm here with Isabel Perry, who's the director of Plaza Suite, and Jack Norman, who's the stage manager. So can you tell us a little bit about what the show's about?
Yeah, the show is 3 acts. It takes place in the Plaza Hotel in New York. And each act has its own different characters, but it all takes place in the same room. And the characters, it's a couple who are trying to rekindle their marriage.
Karen, don't do this to me!
I'm sorry, I'm a forgiving woman and I can't help myself.
You're driving me right out of here, you know that, don't you?
There will always be room for you in my garage.
If I walk out the store now, I don't come back.
A couple on their daughter's wedding day, and high school friends who are seeing each other for the first time after many years. It's a great show. It's really funny, filled with surprise and intrigue.
Muriel!
Jesse!
It's not.
It is.
Can't believe it. Is it really you?
It's me, Muriel.
Come on in for Pete's sake. Come on in.
I can only stay for a few minutes.
So Isabel, can you tell us a little bit about how you got to become the director of the show?
Yeah, sure. I've been the assistant director or one of the assistant directors for Staples Players ever since my freshman year. And I've always loved directing, and I'm pursuing that in college. And then I approached Mr. Rock earlier this year to ask him if I could direct a studio. And I've been reading plays. I read plays all summer and all this year, and then finally I stumbled upon Plaza Suite.
And can you tell us a little bit about what it's like to direct the show?
It's been so much fun. It's been great being able to work with just students and to really have that responsibility all on us to see if we can actually pull it off. And it's been such a great time so far. I'm so proud of the cast. They've been working so hard on getting their lines done and learning blocking really fast. The snow has set us back a little bit, but we've been pushing through, and it's going to be a great show.
All right, well, thank you, Isabel and Jack. I'm Gavin Berger. They are the production team of Plaza Suite.
It's certainly a busy time of year for members of Staples Players.
In fact, their next show opens next week. It's their main stage production of Sweeney Todd.
I got the chance to talk with 2 of the leading actors in the show, and here's my piece about those interviews.
Hello Staples, I'm Gavin Berger and I'm here with Jack Bayless and Everett Sussman, who are 2 of the lead stars in the upcoming Staples Players production of Sweeney Todd. We wanted to give you a little bit of insight into this show since it is such an unusual show. So Jack, can you tell us a little bit about the show?
Well, Sweeney Todd is about this barber. His name's Benjamin Barker, and he's wrongfully accused of this crime, and he's sent out to prison, and bad things happen to his wife and his family, so when he returns from prison, he returns back to London with thoughts of getting revenge on the people who wronged him early in his life.
Oh, listen, I know.
So guys, can you tell us a little bit about your roles in this show and how your characters impact the plot? Everett, let's start with you.
Hi, I'm Everett Sussman, and I'll be playing the role of Sweeney Todd. Sweeney Todd is a man like many of you. He had hopes and dreams, and he had a wife who he loved and a daughter. Unfortunately, another man, the judge, stole this life away from him and threw him into jail. The tale of Sweeney Todd is all about how Sweeney Todd returns in seeking revenge for the judge.
My character's name is Anthony Hope. He's a sailor, and he comes to London, and he's returning to London more so because he was out on his voyage because he was in the Navy. And when he returns to London, he falls in love with a girl named Joanna, and that's Sweeney Todd's daughter. And so that's like their subplot that sort of stems off. And I'm British too. Everyone's British.
I've come home to find you waiting.
So guys, here's the tough question. Can you tell us a little bit about why Staples students would want to see the show?
Well, there's a lot of reasons you should come see the show. Staples Players consistently puts on very, very good shows. We have, you'd be hard pressed to go to another public school in the area with anything close to what we have here. The lights, we have a huge set of lights. We always have a full pit in the orchestra. The sets are, very professionally done, and the music in this show, which was written by Stephen Sondheim, is very, very complicated, but it really works well. And Stephen Sondheim has written Into the Woods, or Company, other great shows, and the story itself too is very compelling, and it'll keep you on your seat because the Benjamin Barker, or Sweeney Todd, he's a serial killer and he starts killing everyone, but there's a lot of suspense and things like that. So there's great music, it's a great story, and you should come out and support us.
Sweeney Todd is a unique musical in many ways. There's hardly another musical that I can think of where the main character is a serial killer who goes around killing people and turning them into meat pies for revenge. However, there's a lot of beauty in Sweeney Todd as well. The music is gorgeous, many dark characters, but you still feel for these characters. And it's such an emotional thriller that it would be such a miss to not see this show. I really hope you all check it out.
So thanks guys so much for coming. I'm Gavin Berger, this is Jack Bayless and Everett Sussman, who are two of the leads in Sweeney Todd. Next week we'll try and get a piece together about another aspect of Sweeney Todd. And now let's bring it back to the host.
Next, some exciting news from Mr. Verona.
Good morning, Staples. Senor Verona here on behalf of my Spanish 5 class. We've been working on a Spanish grammar music video. One of the thoughts was to shave my head like Flea, because we're going to do it to the tune of Give It Away by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. 10-15 years ago I would have done it no problem, but my wife says I'm getting too old for that. So I figured if I could shave my head like Flea in a swirl and I could raise money for children's cancer through St. Baldrick's, I would do it. So if I can get at least 300 people to donate some money through St. Baldrick's, I would shave my head and film it, and then when it's done you guys can see the music video and enjoy it. So gracias, adios, and hope to hear from you soon.
Thanks, Mr. Verona. That's really cool.
Thanks guys, and now for sports. It's an exciting time for Rutgers athletes as many teams are getting ready for the state tournaments. Let's have a look at some of them. As we are taping this show, our girls hockey team is about to get on the bus for their first ever state tournament game. The team has only been around for a few years now, and they've had a tremendous season, by far their best ever. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. Our boys hockey team and boys basketball team find out today who and where they'll be playing their opening game of the tournament. In preparation for that, Jack and Ethan put together this next piece on Coach Devine's boys.
We spoke with Coach Devine to find out more about the boys and their great season. We're here with Coach Devine for a little boys basketball update. They're 8-6 and having a great season so far, and we're here to ask Coach Devine a couple questions. One thing we're curious about is what's the most exciting moment of the season so far?
By far, the most exciting moment of the season is Connor Whalen's buzzer beater versus Trinity Catholic.
Looking for Esposito, nothing there. Here comes Dreyfus, 7 seconds. Dreyfus gonna drive in, kick out to Whalen. Whalen for 3. That one's good, and it's good! Whalen for 3, and that's gonna be the game. Ball tips front and back off the.
Put us up 60-58 at the buzzer for a great win.
Our next question is, how do you think the rest of the season looks? What are some big games?
Well, we've had a great season so far. We reached one of our goals of being a state playoff team, and now we got to go get 3 more wins to be an FCIAC playoff team, which would be a great season for us.
So, by and large, what do you think the rest of the goals are for this season?
We got to be an FCIAC playoff team, play well every night, and treat every game like a playoff game.
Thank Coach Devine for sitting down and talking with us for a few moments, and we wish the boys lots of luck the rest of the way.
Our girls basketball team will be traveling to Career High School today for their first round game in states. One more thing in terms of basketball. Forms for the Staples High School 3-on-3 basketball tournament are due to Miss Pandolfi no later than this Friday. Teams must be made up of between 3 and 4 people from the same grade level. Each team must have at least 1 man and 1 woman. The tournament will take place after school on Friday, March 13th in the Fieldhouse. We'd like to congratulate our boys and girls track team. They both finished 2nd overall in the state. Great job.
Finally in sports, Mimi Burris was interested in the progress of Staples cheerleaders and got a chance to speak with some of the team members.
Hi, I'm Jessie Nelson, and I am a part of the cheerleading squad at Staples High School. We started off really rough. We started off with a not so helpful coach, not gonna name names, but she did not bring as much talent to our team as we deserve. And after that happened, we gained 3 really talented coaches who pushed us very far, and we have been nothing but successful with them. I think we did really well at FCIACs. I was very amazed with how we did. I'm not saying that I didn't have confidence in all the girls, but we hit a lot better than we expected, and we were also excited and amazed that we placed so high at FCIACs. Our 3 captains are Lindsay Gianetti, Kana Higuchi, and Sarah Elman. And I love all 3 of them so much, and I'm going to miss them next year. Yeah, I won it last year. We haven't received the scores back for this year, but me and Sammy Choi placed in the All-FCIACs team.
That's it for sports and also for our show today. Our 2 classes will produce the next couple of shows together, and then we'll start to produce 2 shows a week. Bye!